Hello and welcome to the Eagle Insights podcast. I'm your host, Henry Conte, the communications coordinator with the Bellbrook-Sugarcreek local school district. That's right, Eagle Insights. We've changed the name, but the rest is the same, which means you unfortunately have to continue enduring me as your host to get Bellbrook news. Sincerely sorry about that. Why the name change? We did a project the first half of the year with the marketing class at the high school, and based on the recommendation, we made some changes, one of them being the name. We'll talk more about those in another time, but for what it's worth, I want to thank the marketing class. It was truly impressed by their work. You should all realize just how impressive the students in our school really are. But on to the episode. Today we start season 2, and we kick it off with none other than first grade teacher Carrie Frantz. Carrie was a 3-sport athlete here at Bellbrook. She graduated from here, married a Bellbrook graduate, and has 3 kids, 2 still in the district, while 1 is already graduated and in college. Carrie and I discuss all that and some of the changes she's seen in the district, what it's like to teach first grade in her 23rd year, and some of the district committees she's involved in. It's a great conversation you don't want to miss, and it's coming up right now. Cue the Eagle. All right, Carrie, first, thanks for joining me today. I've been wanting to get you on the podcast for a while. I think a lot of people know your name. You've been here for a while. Tell the people a little bit about how long you've been with the district and where you went to college and all that kind of stuff.
23rd year teaching first grade. This is actually the school that I attended, kindergarten, first, second, and third grade. My first grade classroom was just right across the hall where Miss Weeks is now. College, I started out at UD, and then I left UD after a semester, got a job, went to Sinclair, and then I transferred to Ohio University where I got my early childhood degree, and then came back to the Dayton area, and then I got my master's in literacy at University of Dayton.
Talk to me, if you don't mind, about your family a little bit. I know there's a very interesting story about how you met your husband, my friend, Eric.
I was a sophomore in high school, and I tripped him on the school bus. And then he said, just for that, I'm going to sit with you. And 3 kids later and over 20 years of marriage.
And like you said, 3 kids later, what's that been like raising your children where you were raised in the same town?
A lot has changed since then. But yeah, I have a freshman at college. I have a junior at the high school and a freshman at the high school. It's a lot different in the aspects of Bellbrook is much bigger now, but still it is comforting to know that some of the same small town values I feel are still here in Bellbrook.
How was it when your kids were coming through the same school you were teaching in? What was that like to have them here at Stephen
That
Bell?
can definitely be a challenge, raising your kids in the same district you teach them, because you just feel like you're Bellbrook 24/7. But there's also some really cool pluses. So my kids are involved in sports and other activities, so I go to multiple community events. So I get to watch my fellow students and just students that I recognize in the school building. I get to see them on a football field or soccer field or a basketball court or middle school choir concerts, that type of thing, where it is really cool to see them grow up and graduate.
Right. That's got to bring back some memories. You played some sports here as well.
I did. I played soccer, basketball, and softball. And it's funny, within probably a month's time, I saw my former basketball coach at one of my daughter's basketball games, and he's Mr. Berryhill's pretty much at all of the games. Yep. I saw my old assistant softball coach and soccer coach at a local business that my sister owns and her husband, Bellbrook Brewing Company. And then I saw my softball coach within the last month or 2. So it is, that I think is like the small town value kind of stuff that is really cool, that I still get to see the different people that had a good influence or positive influence in my life when I was a kid.
So what are some of the differences that you've seen? You said 23 years here at Stephen Bell. What are some of the differences you've seen in town? And then we'll transition to education, and what are the differences you've seen there? What are some of the big changes town-wise, besides it's clear size growth.
Town-wise, we've got a few more traffic lights now. Yeah. Obviously, with 675 coming through, that added a lot of development and positive change, and family was a part of that, whether it be my brother and my dad building new houses along feed wire, or really the size when it comes to sports, where I know the girls are D1 in multiple sports. When I think I was playing, it was probably D3. And some other changes I would say for sure is technology. Yeah. When it comes to the education piece, where we didn't even have any kind of computers that we used more than just for a quick game. For 20 minutes, we would go to a little lab. But now we use Chromebooks almost in every subject area, whether it be to view a video for science and social studies, or to have them log on and get on ExactPath or IXL to challenge them, and then just to listen to stories. But Chromebooks are definitely a big part of their learning. And in an early childhood setting, we try to use them more as a supplement, though, because we feel that it is very important that they are using their hands and developing those fine motor skills with writing and cutting and gluing and art projects and all those sorts of things.
Yeah, it's just so wild to think about, because for me, as I recall, I mean, I was taking keyboarding for the first time in 8th grade.
Was it on a typewriter?
No, it was actually on a computer.
Mine was on a typewriter.
So that, and then, learning, which we have Google products here, but learning Word and Excel in like 9th and 10th grade. And now it just gets done so much. It's so much more part of the fabric of education than it ever was. So it's just kind of wild to think about. But obviously, like you said, first grade's more about those motor skills and those learning all those things that you still need to be able to do.
Yeah, and early childhood is fun in the aspect of we get to spend all day with them. So we really are focusing on the whole child, and we really do get to know them, their siblings, all about their home life, because we spend so much time with them, and then that just helps us better provide what they need to learn.
So you are on a whole bunch of committees here with the district, a couple that I know about. Can you tell me about your work with Focus 3? Yeah,
Focus 3 started up, I want to say probably 2 years before COVID, and then we kind of took a little break with it. But I love Focus 3. I like working. Rachel and I just had a day to kind of talk about different ways to integrate the Focus 3 wording of do the right thing, pursue excellence, soar together, because it looks a lot differently in an early childhood setting than it does, at the middle school or the high school. A lot of it's done with read alouds and just different fun activities that incorporate that terminology.
What's been the most beneficial part of your progression through Focus 3?
For a first few years, I had my biggest thing that I worked on, I think, was pressing pause. I tend to react quickly. So press pause was really a change for me because it did let me internalize things a little bit more. But then the step up part has been a challenge, because when you're being asked to go outside your comfort zone a little bit and speak in front of maybe your school building, that's one thing. But then at the beginning of the year, when the committee spoke as a district, that was a little bit more difficult for me, and I'm still practicing.
Well, you did a fabulous job.
Thanks.
So I know you're a part of the ELA committee, and a lot of your postgraduate work was done in that. So can you tell me a little bit about what work that committee does?
Literacy is a big passion of mine. I feel like it's the foundation of learning, and I love watching kids learn how to put together the whole skill of reading, because obviously anything that they learn from here on out, they have to have literacy skills to do that. But the two committees will discuss anything like educational trends that are changing, different ways that we can enhance our literacy lessons to meet the needs of the kid.
So what is it for you? Why do you love that so much? I know you said it's because it's just the building block of everything, but is that moment with the student where they just
It's
clue
the
into
aha.
something.
It's you're taking small multiple skills and you're putting it all together. And that really is cool to witness. And then taking it even further into writing. So it's just the big picture of the ELA, of them just putting all the skills together and being able to watch them become readers and writers, and they'll have that skill forever.
All right, so we usually do a little 5-question flyby at the very end. It's just about you. So,
Okay.
favorite food?
I would say Philly cheesesteak sandwich or Mexican.
All right.
I have a hard time ever deciding. Like, kids will be like, what's your favorite color? And I'm like, I've got more than one, type of thing.
Right, I gotcha. So this will be real fun for you then.
Okay.
What is, to go along with your favorite meal, what's your favorite drink?
I'd have to say coffee, morning caffeine,
How do you take it?
with a little cream.
A little cream.
Yeah.
I go black with sugar during the week and creamer on the weekend.
Oh, you're good during the week.
I try to be. I just need that little bit of sugar just to cut. I don't like anything bitter. So.
Oh, yeah.
What is your favorite movie or TV show?
Favorite movie? Right now, Love Actually.
Okay.
It's just, it was around the holidays. I watch it every year at the holiday time. So yeah, Love Actually is a great movie.
Gotcha. What is your go-to emoji?
Laughing.
Laughing emoji?
Absolutely.
Is the crying laughing emoji?
No, just maybe is it the one with the mouth open?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
No, yeah.
All right.
For sure.
And what's your go-to quote, something that kind of brings you back when you're having a rough day?
Better, not bitter.
Better, not better.
Yeah. Some things, if you're having a bad day, you can get really bitter about it and you can just complain, or you can just say, we got tomorrow. Try again.
Gotcha. Very nice. Wasn't that just great? Love Carrie. All right, on to our calendar of events. February is a busy month. On the 5th, we have the Music Boosters meeting. On the 8th, we have a Board of Education meeting. On February 10th, the Little Sweethearts Dance will be held at BCI. And also on the 10th, there is a Winter Guard Invitational happening at the high school. On the 12th, there is a Spread the Love event at Stephen Bell as a fundraiser for their PBIS. On the 13th is the PTO meeting. On the 15th, high school curriculum night will be happening, and parent-teacher conferences will also be happening that day. On the 16th, there is no school for Teacher Professional Development Day, and on the 19th, there is no school for President's Day. On the 21st is the Athletic Boosters meeting, and also a big event, the Health Moves Minds Family Night at BCI from 4:30 to 7 p.m. Don't miss it. That is a really fun night. The kids get to get out and move their bodies and burn some energy, Mom and Dad. So make sure you're here for that. All right, that's the podcast. Join us again in 2 weeks when we have Jamie Burnham on. She's going to talk about musical theater and some of the big awards that she's just brought to the district and a bunch of other stuff. She's a great conversation as well. So until then, have a good day. And if it can't be good, make it great.